All right, my name's Dakota. I'm the web admin for Northern Knives. We're going to be reviewing a few knives this evening and talking about a few things going on in the knife community. We have a new face this evening who should be a returning face. We have...
Hey everybody, I'm Allister. I'm new to Alaska. I'm coming from Benchmade in Oregon, and I'm very excited to be here.
He's going to be the new Northern Knives shop manager.
All right.
Yay.
Who are you?
I'm Mike. I'm with 3DK and NK. And if you don't know what those stand for, then why the fuck are you watching this?
Wrong place.
Standard mic intro now.
I'm Lori. I'm with Northern Knives also, and 3DK and Avenue Cigars, which you always forget to say, and then you're like, oh, fuck, I forgot to say that. So I catch you up.
Chad, I'm with Fifth Avenue Cigars. I am the manager over there. And let's talk about this
He's a
knives.
resident cigar expert.
Yeah,
Oh, God,
our tobacconist.
Yeah, you keep saying that, but I don't think you know what that means.
So we are talking about Microtechs.
Woo!
Specifically, if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, the Dirac?
Dirac.
Dirac?
I
You're
have never
wrong.
heard it said. I've only seen it written, so I couldn't correct you on that.
The Dirac?
Dirac?
The Dirac?
I'm pretty sure it's not
Have fun
that.
with it.
The Duras?
Just not Drake.
Just not Drake. It's the Drake. It's made in Canada. It's pretty PG-13.
Dude, if they made it the Drake,
Going to the Toronto Raptors.
it'd sell like fucking hotcakes.
Named it the Drake.
Fucking
So-
Drake? His
The
knife?
apostrophe
What the
RAC.
fuck?
Yeah. So the Drake's been out for a while, but it's fairly new.
The Drake.
The Drake's been out for a while. It's fairly new. We've had it in a couple of times. We just happen to have one on the shelf, and usually when we film, we don't because we sell out of them pretty quick. So
I mean, the only reason it sells is because it's new. Microtech hasn't put any new stuff out in a while.
yeah. Well, I
Anything-
mean, they've updated older designs.
Yeah, that is true, which they've done very well.
Like the
Going from-
contoured chassis.
The tri-grip was a terrible idea on the Ultratech.
It tore up pockets. That's the only complaint we got from customers
Well-
constantly was like, this thing just tears the shit out of my pockets. It's like,
I'm-
Yeah.
I mean, how much?
But their mechanisms inside seem to be much smoother.
Yeah.
I haven't had a problem with any new
Yeah,
stuff.
I've noticed that over the last couple of years for sure. Is that their mechanisms are much smoother and easier. We get a lot of people coming in with I can't get this thing open or can't get it closed,
Yep.
and
They're all like 2016 and prior.
yeah, and but we have not been getting that. As of the last probably 2 years, the mechanisms have really started to smooth out. The last one to come around seemed to be the Combat Troodon.
Yeah.
And I know specifically because we have 3 friends that carry it, and one with a hand injury, and it was he was almost to the point where it sits at home on my safe. I can't open this thing just because of how tight the tolerances is. It's just not working. And we brought out several others for a size comparison, so people can kind of get an idea.
Well, I mean, being an outsider, the first thing I observe is that the logo is nowhere to be seen except on the clip. However, yeah, they put the logo on the clip instead of other
Yeah.
positions.
Well, I had an original, or I don't know if it's original or not, but my last UTX 70 was the square chassis before they did the contour chassis, and it was completely sterile. And the only thing on it was a little MT on the clip. And so, I mean, it basically was the equivalent of this. Like, if you lose this clip, I mean, what's to say?
Yeah, there's no
what
model
it is
number or
anything,
anything on it.
And even the serial number's on the clip. So, but I guess there is marking on the blade, but even my old UTX 70 didn't have that. I actually sent it back for warranty, and they're like, well, we think this might be, and I said, yeah, it's been a long time, what's going on? He said, well, we think this one might be a fake. And I said, okay, we got this from you. This is my personal UTX 70. If you don't send it back, then we're going to have a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in their defense, we have a fake Halo 5 in the shop, and it is uncanny how close it is. I mean, down to, we weighed it, and it weighs 184 grams, the fake does, which is exactly what the real one weighs. I might get the number wrong, but I know that it's down to the gram. It is that close.
I'm looking at these, and it almost seems like the Durac's like a UTX 85 on a diet.
Yeah, but it's more expensive than the UTX 85.
Well,
this is what
280.
247.
247. This is 280.
280.
Yep.
Well, it's got a different finish on it. They got the two-tone. They have a different mechanism, obviously.
Well, the blade is inconsequential because this blade will be available in this. We just happen to have this one.
I don't know. There were very few SKUs available so far. I'm sure
Well,
they
I
will
would
in
think
the future.
they will eventually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is a stone wash.
Well, I mean,
which
it's
is
just
a
like
5, and this is a 1.
10 stone wash.
10 stone wash.
Yeah.
So this is a 10 and this is a 1. And then a 2 would be a partially serrated here and here, and then a 3 would be a fully serrated up one side and a plain down the other.
Yep. But I mean, like on the UTX 85 versus the Troton is $150 more,
Yeah.
and it's the same size, but there's more machining. So I wonder
Yeah.
if there's more machining on this, so they charge more for it.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, with the
It
It
contours
looks like
on
there's
it.
less material overall.
Yeah.
Have you guys popped one open yet?
No, I don't.
I really wanted to before we did this video, but we were just so busy today, I did not have a chance.
Oh my god, so busy.
It's also ungodly expensive.
Yeah, but we
Well,
take
yeah,
apart
but-
more expensive knives.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, I had to repair a disc in custom one
Well,
time.
the handle looks like it's a little bit thinner at least.
Yeah, I don't think the mechanism is going to really be that different.
I
though,
can't
too.
imagine it would be.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the ergonomics.
No.
Like if I take this in the hand,
Yeah, but
so I got that. Cha-cha-cha-cha.
You want to stick me? Did I stick you last time when I was drunk?
No,
he's just terrified of you.
you're never drunk. Don't worry about
Never
it.
drunk.
Don't worry, stick me because I've already been stuck once tonight.
Stick
That
his
was
cigar.
self-inflicted. Chad the Basket's over here.
This seems to have more.
Well,
I'd have to measure it.
you can't judge it. You can't judge it because we have that one in stock. Because even across UTX 85s, you'll have some that are easy and some that are hard.
Okay.
Like we've even had some to the point where we brought them in and they're just hard as shit to do, and we've taken them apart to clean them, and then when you put them back together, the bottom part of the chassis has contracted, and now when you close it, it won't close all the way because it's dragging, and we've had to just cleaning it and putting it back together. It's now got to go out for warranty because that's something we cannot fix.
Yeah,
Well, we could,
they-
but people are going to see. If you take it apart, you'll see that we fixed
Yeah.
it, and we're going to void somebody's warranty, which is not something we'd be willing to do.
Okay.
they break themselves sometimes.
Yeah. Well, and with tolerances this tight, you just got to expect a little bit of pocket lint can bring it out the front to its knees.
Okay. Well, I mean, besides having a different firing mechanism, or slightly different as far as position's concerned, no lanyard. What's the big difference between the Dirac and the UTX 85?
Well, aside from cosmetic, without breaking it open, I don't know. Although Chad did bring up, if you look at where the screws are centered, the screws are not centered in the countersink.
Yeah,
Okay.
like these ones just
there's
go
a little bit of a-
straight down, while these ones have kind of like a countersink.
There's a
like you
gap
see
here and
with a.
That might also be something you could fix with a slightly larger screw. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily. I mean, I would assume that these are the same screws, but I could be wrong. I mean,
It just looks a little off to me, like they're pushed out, as they went in or something.
Yeah.
It just looks different to me than the other ones, and I like the way these ones are sunk down better.
I like how these are all offset versus these are all.
I was gonna
uniform.
say the opposite. I like the aesthetic of the
Well,
uniformity.
I just think that it's different. I mean, that's the
Oh.
only one. That's the only model that I know that the screws are in different placements.
Yeah, me too.
Except for the Cypher. Is the Cypher the same or different?
I don't remember. I
You
just
did
took,
it.
I just took one apart
Yeah.
4 days ago.
And
so
I know
can't
the
remember.
Scarabs are the same.
Yeah, scarabs are uniform.
So what do you think? They're going to make a version of
popular
each
in
size?
Taiwan.
No, they have the Dirac
Or-
Delta, which is a bit bigger. I think it's either Ultratech or it's in between Ultratech and Combat Tron size. But I know
So
it's a
scarab
bigger.
size-ish?
Yeah, it's a bigger version. The prototypes have already started to come out, so we have them on order. They should be coming out
If the,
sometime next year.
Man, if the mechanism on that
That's a joke.
size.
So that was a joke.
Oh, sorry. Did I step on it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
My bad.
That's okay.
Cock
Apparently, it
stepping
wasn't that
over
funny.
here.
That or it wasn't fun. If they come out with a scarab size in this configuration and the trigger is this easy, I might own another Microtech.
Have all the Diracs coming through have had that easy of a trigger?
Yes.
Yes.
So, potentially, without taking it apart, they may have increased their tolerances or done something internally that's made
Well,
it a smoother
They
action.
opened up an infidel and they stole its ideas.
That is
No,
definitely not something.
that's
I
not
was
true.
kidding.
I mean, the tolerances are.
They're all the same. They really
I mean,
are.
they don't even make noise when you shake them.
Yeah.
That's pretty. I mean, and for out the fronts, we get a lot of people that come in and they're like, I just bought this and the blade wiggles. It's like, well, it's not the front. Like, if it's a zero tolerance fit, how the hell the blade's coming out?
I would
Lots of
imagine a lot of
oil.
what this is too is just kind of appealing to a different clientele. You know what I mean? There's people who
Broadening the
love,
market.
Exactly, right? There are people who love that switch positioning. There's people who love this.
Yeah.
So it kind of opens Microtech up a little bit for that.
Well, and if this catches on, then look how
Exactly,
many
right.
different knives they can reconfigure.
They can
Yeah.
go to,
They can
line
they can double
if they
their
need to.
line.
Exactly.
Yeah, how many times have you had somebody deciding between this and an infidel?
It usually comes down to price.
It usually comes down to price at that point.
Price and the steel that you get for that price.
Yeah, or like a friend's recommendation.
Yeah.
Like my buddy has an infidel, or my buddy has a scarab, so I want that. You know what I mean? It comes down to that.
So it's not so much the positioning of the trigger that would.
It depends on
least
how
in
easy it is
Alaska.
to open.
Yeah, that's a big factor.
Because if it's easy, like there's a lady came in and she operated all the Microtechs and all the bench knights that we had. She said that the Phaeton was the easiest one to open, and she
Yeah.
rides bikes, so she wanted to be able to open it up if need be.
Yeah.
So she bought a Benchmade.
I know who you're talking about.
No, you don't.
Well, in that
Her name's
Phaeton,
Sally.
Internally,
She's a really nice lady.
Internally, there's the Phaeton, but there's also what's the other one that has the
Precipice.
Precipice, but originally that was the Tumult. Internally.
Yeah, the HK.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the
that's
HK
right.
Tumult.
And then there was the Epidemic.
Yeah, and then there was
Yep.
the Epidemic, which was just it was basically internally it was same, but the handle was fat and different, you know what I mean? But usually, if there's any contention that's not price, it's ease of operation is
Yeah.
the biggest concern.
I do see that they did a little bit more ergonomics on this one as well.
It does fit a little bit more comfortably.
Well, I mean,
And it's thinner as well in the pocket. Although I don't know if the button would get in the way
Yeah,
in
true.
the pocket.
if I'm going to
Pretty
stab a motherfucker, right, this is probably going to slide a little bit more easily through my palm than something that's got swells on it.
Yeah.
That might catch on
Well, and that's
a little bit.
But
That's
if you got
probably
your
the
thumb
draw.
there-
That's probably the draw of the Troodon, the not the combat, but the Troodon itself. In that the extra machining and the extra grip that are there, I mean, that's probably the selling point in that. I would
And
assume.
I mean, honestly, if you're going to buy an out the front of a certain size,
Yeah.
it's to stab someone
Well, and what's
in
a
defense.
well, and what's a Troodon? 304 or 314?
No, 384.
Holy mother!
With
Yeah.
that kind of tuck, I assume you dip all your knives in like liquid rubber or something like that, just so you could have sort of the stabbing motion.
I mean, you've got a good placement right here.
Well, I've got,
got your own
I've
thumb
got
ramp and gym
trauma
pain.
plates
Yeah,
on top of
that's
sappy
true.
plates
You
on
do.
top of sappy plates.
Well, and just like the Scarab QD, which I carried a Scarab QD for, I think I carried that for 4 years, and then I carried a Scarab Executive for
And
2
the Navy.
years, and then I carried a Navy Scarab, which was like the QD, but it would fire underwater. I carried that for
But
another.
you never did.
Yeah. But I carried that for another at least 2 years, and it had an inlay cut in, and it had basically grip tape from a skateboard put into it. But we do have customers that take smooth knives that they really like, and we even carry it. We carry small strips of grip tape, and you can just kind of cut it where you want it, and you just lay it on. You put it on where you want, and then you take a smooth handle knife, and now it sticks to you. You know what
Okay.
I mean? Everything but opening your hand, it's not going anywhere. And we have done that, and we carry that stuff specifically for that reason.
Does Cerakote carry any particular sprays that would be a grip?
No, it's very slick. I'm sure some of the metallic ones do, but I'm not familiar enough with the metallic ones.
Would you be able to laser etch a grip in there?
No.
I see where
Not
you're,
Would you be able
not
to-
any discernible depth that
Yeah.
would be useful.
you're
Okay.
reaching pretty far there.
Some
Chris.
Trying
plastic dip
there.
would work pretty well, though.
Yeah, and plastic dip would work.
Well, I
Or you
mean-
could Duracoat it. If you want to take a $300 knife and turn it into a fucking $27 replica.
Hey, it'd be cool.
So says you.